Hey guys, this is Spencer from Pixel and Bracket, and I am so frustrated. I just learned a better technique than the tutorial I literally just released on the channel. So for you guys that are familiar with the offset path, outline stroke method, and Adobe Illustrator, this one's a million times better. For you advanced users, I'm going to go pretty quick, and then for beginners, I'll walk through it again. We'll do a different style, and I'll go a little bit slower, explaining a lot more things as I go. But I want to cram as much information into like the first minute of this as I can, so here we go. I have a new document opened up at 1920 by 1080. I'm going to take my rectangle tool, shape tool, and just build a little quick background. It's going to be 1920 by 1080 as well. We're going to change the fill on that to black, and then we're going to change the stroke on that to none, if I can. Where's my none? Here we go. All right, there we go. I'm going to lock that in with Command or Control 2. Now let's get started with some text. T for the type tool, and we're going to type in outline, the word outline. I'm going to highlight that, change the stroke of it to a color we can see, and the fill of it to none. Okay, cool. And I'm going to blow that up a little bit. Boom. All right, so you see we have outline typed out, and I have it in just Myriad Pro. Let's stay there, and I'm going to space it out a little bit. Let's do maybe 300. Okay, cool. Spaced out, centered up, and it's just right there on our artboard. Let's scale it down just a touch, and we'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here we go. What I want to do first is go up to Appearance, whether it's over to the right. Remember, I'm in 2018, or if you go down Window and then Appearance, it's going to pull up the Appearance panel. We're going to be using this. You can also pull up the Graphic Styles panel. We'll use that in a second. Okay, so instead of the stroke over here, I'm actually going to turn that off. Take that stroke, you can just make it 0 points, it'll turn it off. Over here in the Appearance panel, I'm going to add a stroke there. There's a reason for this. It's so we can see it. Otherwise, we won't be able to see it. I'm going to change the color of this to this light blue color right there. But what I'm going to do with that is actually go up to Window and then down to Swatches. We're going to open up our swatches, and I'm going to create a new swatch from that color. So I'm just going to click the new swatch button, and then make sure that global is checked, okay? We want global to be checked. It's going to add it to my library, whatever, who cares. Hit OK, and it's in there. Now I'm going to drag this down here a little bit so we can see it. Right there it is, my global swatch. I want that. That's important. That helps us later. Okay, so what we've got here is just our stroke text. And what I want to do now is add another stroke. And I can literally just hold Option or Alt, click on that stroke area, and drag it up. You can see a plus with the hand, and it can add a new stroke. What I want to do with this stroke is go up to Effect, down to Path, and then Offset Path. And this guy opens up a panel. I can preview it, see how much that stroke is offset. If I like it, I can keep it. If I don't, I can change it. You can change the miter stuff, make it rounded, whatever you want to do. Let's see here. I'm going to kind of match the inside space like that. Perfect. I'm going to hit OK, and that's what I've got. So 13 points of the offset, and we've got the same blue color. Let's do it again. So I'm just going to drag that same one up. It's going to be another offset. It kind of overlaps that top stroke, so we're going to need to offset it maybe ×2. I can literally do the ×2 and hit Tab. It's going to multiply it, hit OK, and boom, it's out there even further. Let's do one more. I'm going to click and drag, hold Option or Alt once again to duplicate that stroke. You see we're just stacking these strokes on top of each other. This last one, I need to offset him a little bit more. That effects is just linked to that stroke. It's still in there. Instead of ×2, we actually just need to go +13. I'm just going to keep plussing by the same amount. Can preview that. Oh, cool. It's doing exactly what I want. Hit OK, and there it is. Here's the cool thing. I can double click this and literally edit it. Whoa, or not spell pixel. Boom, editable, okay? I know that doesn't look all that great right now, but how about this? How about we change the font? So we can go to Properties, we can go to Myriad Pro instead of that. I want DIN 2014 Extra Light. That's what I used in my last tutorial. If I can get that, there we go. All right, that looks a little bit better. So maybe I'll try, instead of Extra Light, we'll just go to the light font. That looks a little bit better. I like the spacing of that better. And then instead of 300, we'll do like 500 on the letter spacing. So that kind of spaces it out. We got a cool effect happening, and it's all editable. All right, I mentioned the graphic styles. Open up the graphic styles. You can go to Window, down to Graphic Styles. I've got the tab open here. What I can do is just select this, hit New, and I have a new graphic style. Now, anything that I grab, whether it's text or a shape, look, I'm going to make a star, and that star, I can literally click on Graphic Style, and it applies the same exact graphic style to it that we just created. All right, if anybody followed that, you advanced guys, whew, that's how you do it. You stack these strokes on top of each other. And here's the thing, the reason we did global is because now I can go in there and let's say I open up swatches again, so window down to swatches. I can just take this global swatch and change its color, and I can even preview it. And you can see that it's changing the color as it goes along. That's the power of global swatches. That's why we made a global swatch, or else you'd have to go through each of these individually and change them. If you want to edit the stroke weight, you do have to do that, but it's really super quick and fast to do that, and it's all editable, so you can completely customize each stroke individually, even down to adding different brushes to it if you wanted to add like a gritty texture to it or something like that. All right, I'm sure that was longer than a minute. I'm going to back this up. We're going to do a new style for you guys that are beginners. I'm going to walk you through this a little bit slower. I just wanted to get advanced users going, right? Because if I'm watching this tutorial, that was all I needed right there, and that's awesome. I'm going to take this appearance panel, and we're going to just exit out of that. So beginners, here's what we do. We need some text, right? So let's use the type tool. It's over here on the left, the big old T, also shortcut key T. And that text, we can just click on our canvas and we can begin typing. So let's say, let's see, what do we want to type? I'm going to type the word bracket instead of pixel this time. Now that text starts in black, so I can just select it all with Command A or Control A. I can go over to my fill and I can just create white text out of that. And then I'll use my selection tool again. We'll scale up from the center. That's Shift and Option or Alt to scale up from the center, and we'll kind of pull it over here. So we got Den 2014, and we have the light Den 2014. By the way, that's a typekit font if you want to sync that. And I've got it spaced out 500, so this is letter spacing right here, and that just spaces out my letters. And I also have it aligned to the center. So what we can do now is go set up a global swatch. We're going to go to our windows, down to swatches, and from here we can actually click on any one of these swatches to start with a color. So let's say we want this kind of green color. I can click the new swatch button. It's going to open up the new swatch panel. We can select different colors and things here, what the color type is, all that kind of stuff. You can go ahead and keep it on process. Make sure you check global. That's like the most important thing. And then there's all these color modes, like I could do CMYK or RGB or whatnot, but basically you can just select your color that you want. So let's go back to that greenish color, like a really hot green. I'm just going to uncheck add to my library. I don't need that, and I'm going to hit OK. So now I've got that new swatch created. We're going to drag him down here, so he's right there. And then what I can do from here is just exit out of that. We don't need that for now. So we've got strokes and fills over here to the right in the appearance. I'm going to undo both of those. So we're not even going to be able to see our type. We're just going to click on that swatch and go to the slash. So we got nothing. Then I'm going to open up the appearance panel. And in here, basically we have the opacity of the overall shape. And then we have no fill or stroke in here because we got rid of them. Perfectly fine. We're going to add them in here. So in this appearance panel, I just click the three dots down here, or you can go up to window, down to appearance. Now I can, down at the bottom here, add new stroke, add new fill, and also add new effect to the strokes or the fills. So I'm going to add a new stroke, and that stroke is black, so we still can't really see it. But how about we change this color to our global swatch we just added? Cool, there's our bracket text. How about this one? Instead of making this skinny and maze-like, how about we go pretty thick with this? We'll do like 10 points, and we might back that down. See, we'll back that down until we can kind of see. I want like a thin line on the inside of that. So 5 points is what we're going to do. And you can change the opacity of this, but for now, I'm just going to leave this here. When I added that new stroke, it went ahead and added a fill of none. That's okay. I'm just going to click this arrow to minimize that, click this arrow to minimize that, and now we have a stroke, and then that's it in here. So what I'm going to do with this stroke is I want to duplicate it, and we're going to offset it. So I'm going to hold Option or Alt, click in this blue area, and I can drag it. And while I drag it, and while I'm holding that Option or Alt, it actually is going to duplicate. No, it's not. Interesting. So I was holding Option or Alt and it's not duplicating, but the reason is because caps lock is on. So if you guys aren't getting that to duplicate, turn caps lock off. So now if I hold Option or Alt, I can drag it and the little plus icon shows up. I could drag it in between any of these, but I'm just going to drag it on top here and then let go. And all that did was create another stroke right on top of our old one. So what we need to do with this stroke is offset it. Now I can go up to Effect and apply that, or I can actually click this little effects button down here. As long as I have that stroke, because we're affecting that stroke. So I can go down to this effects button and I can find in Path, Offset Path. Now I need to choose how much we want to offset it by. Well, that's really hard to guesstimate. I know we have a 5-point stroke, but I'm trying to figure out how much space I want in between. So I'm going to hit Preview. That actually looks pretty good. We offset it by 10 pixels, and our stroke is 5 points, which leaves 5 points in between. So that actually looks pretty nice. We'll see what 11 does. I think that might be too much. So 10 might be the magic number here. So I'm going to hit OK on that, and now I have a new stroke applied. And let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. And I'll select this shape, and what I need to do now is actually duplicate this stroke again. So I'm going to hold Option or Alt, drag it up, and now I've duplicated it. Now I can grab this offset path, and instead of 10, I can actually go to plus 10. So I'm going to plus 10 every time, like I said. We can preview it this time. So if that preview option isn't there, make sure you have your thing selected because it wasn't letting us preview it before. And there we go. We've got it previewed. Our strokes are all in there. We'll hit OK, and there's our new shape. Looking pretty cool. Now, you have to be careful with some of these fonts because they start to run into each other. And, you know, you might want to measure them a little bit differently so that, like, in this E space here, you know, once I get to this level, now I might go back and re-edit each of these so that the empty spaces all line up. Because I would like this thin space here to be the same distance as these two. So we'll grab him and we'll do the exact same thing again. Offset path. Plus 10, hit OK. There we go. Now things are starting to run into each other, but you are building these blocks out. Like this K looks really cool. And what you can do with this, once you're done with it, if you like this, you can drag him to the side, hold Option, boom, okay, I'm going to keep him up there. I can apply or save a graphic style. So I like the style, all these appearance settings, and go to graphic style. Hit the new button and it's going to save that graphic style in there. Cool. Now I have that saved. So now I'm not afraid to break this thing apart because what I can do now is go up to Object. And by the way, this is still editable, right? I can still go in here and type in pixel or anything else I want to edit. If I've got the word I want in there, I can go up to Object down to Expand Appearance. And now what that does is it expands all of these shapes. It may have missed a little bit, so I might need to grab that whole thing again, go to Object and Expand one more time, make sure all these are checkmarked, hit OK. Now we're completely expanded. And this may be grouped together. To ungroup that, just right click, go to Ungroup. And now let's see what we have here. So we've got each of these pieces kind of grouped together right now. So if I want all those ungrouped, I can select everything again, hit ungroup. So there's a lot of grouping going on here, but you just need to ungroup a couple times to get these things separated. And now that I have them separated, I can go in here and make tweaks to the shapes that I want to, you know, if I want to cut something out, if I don't like the way that certain things are hitting each other, I can go in here and make those tweaks now. So that's a really awesome way to apply effects to strokes, outline effects, you know, this maze effect, some really cool things. I'm so frustrated that I learned this right after I did that other tutorial. So, you know, I feel like I've given bad information, but hey, we're all just creatives and we're all learning, and I can't control that. The very next day I learned something new, but this is a really awesome method. If you guys have any questions, leave me some comments down below. I'd love it if you showed this tutorial the same love you showed the other one. But hey, like it, dislike it, subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever you want to do. I just want to get this information out there, and I'll probably leave the other tutorial out there as a non-destructive method. I'm going to make sure that people know that, and this one's going to be the editable method. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time.